trying to get some stuff done. Just want to bullshit about what's going on out here. Um, Let me tell you, this world's crazy, man. This world's definitely a crazy place. I was watching something the other day. Kids freaking out in the middle of the streets of New York City. What's going on in Portland is chaos right now. Everyone's flipping out in Portland. They want to attack ICE facilities. They want to, Chicago is a nightmare. Everything is going crazy in this world right now. Social media has ruined relationships. People are getting divorced like crazy. People are fighting. Nobody knows who the next mayor of New York City is going to be. This guy's getting arrested every freaking week for disorderly conduct. It's like out of control. It's so out of control that like you can't even fathom like what the future holds right now. The future is like unknown right now with like New York City. And I just saw something in Dearborn, Michigan, that they were waving like Palestinian flags, all this stuff. It looked like an ISIS camp in a foreign country. And like, I have nothing against that. Like, this is America. Everybody is free to do what they believe. But like, what's going on in this world? What is going on in this world? Like, they're talking about attacking us and stuff. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, what happened to the good old days of like everyone being united and everybody trying to stick together? Like that those days are gone. Those days of like everyone being united, everyone getting along is gone. This country is so divided right now. This country is so divided on like politics, parenting, vaccines. I saw something like this woman. She was like purposely taking Tylenol to prove that Tylenol didn't cause autism, and then she like had to get her stomach pumped. Like, who does that? And she was pregnant. Who does that? Just for the welfare and the well-being of your child. As a mother having a baby inside of you, are you really gonna start chugging Tylenol to like prove a point? Get out of here. No matter what, you got a baby inside of you. Maybe you shouldn't be taking that risk of possibly affecting your life and your child's life. So people are doing a lot of dumb things over here. Like, I saw what was news the other day, and I posted it on my channel. You should check it out. What was news the other day was that this kid made the Guinness Book of World Record of the world's longest fart. Like, come on. That's news? That's news right now? That's insane, bro. Like, this is what we're dealing with. That was news right now. The world record longest fart. And I was saying, like, that mother that was, like, chugging Tylenol to show Trump that Tylenol wasn't bad. Like, who does stupid things like that? You're a pregnant woman. Why the hell are you going to chug Tylenol just to prove a point to President Trump? Like, that's retarded shit. But this is the world that we live in. Everyone does stupid things. And, like, I just don't get it, man. The world and our future is doomed. Is doomed because these are the people that we have dealing with our shit. It's so crazy that, what? This woman, she was like, Trump said that Tylenol causes autism or whatever. So this pregnant woman chugs a bottle of Tylenol and she ends up having to get her stomach pumped. Like, what mother does that knowing that you have a baby inside of you? You're going to chug Tylenol? Come on, that's stupid. These are the stupid things that people do in our world. And then, like I said, the fart, world record longest fart. Like, this is news. This is what the people of this world care about. It's so crazy to me because, like, I feel like our whole world is about politics and dumb shit. That's what everything is. Everybody just cares about politics and dumb shit. Like, there's no more, like, going to work and working hard. And like, I know people that are like, want to come from other states to New York and get jobs here and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to get a job here for no problem. You're going to get a job here because nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do anything. People say dumb things and do dumb things. And then like, I was watching something last night. Like, everybody is like crying about how Trump got Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air, and that the FCC was threatening people, and Trump threatened the FCC that if they don't take him off the air and fire him and all this stuff, like, this is what people care about right now. Jimmy Kimmel sucked all the time. Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air because he sucks. So let's be real here. Like, Jimmy Kimmel's going to be my next beta male of the week. Like, he's a weak man. Weak man. Like, no one cares about Jimmy Kimmel. This is the stupid stuff that we care about in this world. It's insane. And like, you know, I'll open up the chat for everyone to like chime in and tell me like what's some dumb stuff that you see people like arguing over and fighting over or talking about, or like what's important to other people right now. Because I feel like the future of our country is like at stake here. We deal with a lot of stupid things happening, and I don't even know. I really don't even know. You know, like, I tried to get this channel off. Like, I started this whole channel because one day I was like in my feelings about something. I'm going through a divorce. You know, my kids going back and forth to different houses and stuff. And it was bothering me. So I just like put it out there, and I was like venting about it, just like what's going on in my life. And I started this channel, and, you know, it helped a lot of people at first. But like, as I'm getting like deeper into the whole YouTube world and stuff like that, I noticed that people don't care about certain things. Like, people care about dumb things in this world. Like, everybody wants to talk about Jimmy Kimmel or Trump. Like, I don't want to sit here and just talk about Trump all day. That's stupid. Like, I don't care. Because what are people going to talk about when he's no longer president? You know, in a couple more years, he's no longer going to be president. What are people going to talk about? They're not going to know what they're going to talk about. They're going to have nothing to talk about. It's so crazy. Like, leave the man alone. He's doing what he got to do. This happens all the time. People come and go. Presidents come and go. Eventually, they're going to have nothing to talk about. I see a lot of YouTube channels right now. Everybody is talking about Trump. And this is how they're getting their platforms going. But guess what? When Trump's not president anymore, what's going to feed your platform now? The next dumb thing? World record farts, and we're just so divided right now. Chad Ryan, yeah. Chad Ryan, shout out to Chad Ryan, my #1 fan, baby. Get it? So, I don't know, guys. Like, so me and Chad Ryan were on a live last night. This guy was sitting here, not Chad, this other guy, sleeping in a hotel room. And he had like a speaker going off that like read off everything that people were typing. And it was pretty funny because people type some crazy things and then it reads it off. And I think like the premise is like you got to try to wake this guy up with the stuff that you say. And Mike's live just got terminated. Damn. So, but this guy Mike is sleeping on his live and in a hotel room, and everyone's like saying crazy things just to wake this guy up. And I said to myself, and I stayed in that live for like an hour typing dumb things. It was pretty funny. But like, I'm saying to myself, damn, this is life right now. People are watching a video of a guy sleeping right now. And it was literally like hours and hours of this guy sleeping. And what do you do in my free time? On my free time, I ride motorcycles, I shoot guns, I try to like work on my motorcycle. Some lady hit the front end of my motorcycle and bent my forks, so I just had to replace the forks, and I threw new bars on it, so I'm trying to fix everything up right now. I was like powder coating stuff. But yeah, people say the craziest stuff. He's used to it. It's all day and night. But that's crazy. That's crazy. So we're all sitting there and we're watching this guy sleep, and people are typing the craziest stuff. And I said to myself, like, this is the world we live in. This is entertainment right now. Like, when I was younger, you had to watch TV, you went to the movies, you went outside, you hung out with your friends. Like, you did stuff to entertain yourself and keep yourself busy. And now in this world, like, you're watching a guy sleep on a live and people are typing dumb things. It's great. I wonder if this guy gets paid. Chad, does this guy get paid to sleep like that? That's what I want to know. Because if he's getting paid, if he's sleeping and people are sending super chats and typing dumb things, and this guy gets paid to do it, that's amazing. Good for him. God bless America. I know he's like a British guy, But God bless this world where you can get paid to go to sleep. Let's see. Yeah, I don't understand why people act like they're sleeping on YouTube. What is the stupidest thing I've ever seen? Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. He was literally sleeping in a hotel room, and it was like a nice hotel room. So I'm like, oh, this guy got a nice hotel room. And people are typing the craziest, wildest things. Like people are like, Siri, call 911. There's a man being raped in here. People are just like, ooh, wah, like, and like you can see him like waking up every once in a while, like adjusting himself. And I'm just saying to myself, this is crazy. I wonder if this dude gets paid. If this dude is getting paid to sleep, that's amazing. God bless him. That's the best job in the world. I wish I got paid to go to sleep. And this is the world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the world that we live in. We live in a world where you can get paid to go to sleep. You can get paid to do dumb things. Like, it just boggles my mind that this is the world that we live in. It just boggles my mind. I wish I got paid to do dumb shit all day. You know, I actually have to go to work. So, and I work nights. So I'm tired of shit. I'm running around doing all those things during the day. Then I go to work at night and I got to live like a normal human being life, you know? And people are getting paid to do dumb shit. Like, you know, hey guys, let's get this YouTube channel popping because, you know, I want to get paid to do dumb shit all day. And I'll take care of everybody that hooked me up along the way. You know, I'll bring you guys as guests on my show and you guys can tell me, you know, what goes on in your life, you know, everyday people kind of stuff. Because the shit that I see, like there's this other guy that I was watching and like his whole premise is he's like a liberal, like far left guy. And the whole premise of his show is that like he wants to know why people still support Trump, right? And that's like the whole premise of his show. But he's like such a dick. Like he doesn't let people speak. If people prove him wrong, he goes and throws a little tantrum. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, it's so crazy. This guy hates Trump and Trump supporters, but Trump supporters are the ones that are keeping you going. And people are sending him money. Some lady sent him like $50 just so her super chat would go on the top of like the chat. And I'm like, this guy just got paid $50 to be a dick to people. We need the channel to have intellectual conversations, but everyone just rags on him. And he lets it because he's all about freedom of speech. Yeah, no, this guy Mike is funny, man. I was like, God bless him, man. That's awesome. Let's see. Joe Reed, Shady, if that's the case, I'm going to start sleeping on here too. Bro, Joe, I'm telling you, set up a camera of you sleeping in your bed. Get a speaker that sets up that's like linked to the chat so that everything that people say just plays off and tries to wake you up. And that's what it is. That's the whole live. It was so funny. And I was getting a kick out of it. I'm not going to lie. I was saying dumb shit. Me and Chad were going back and forth with each other. And it was great, you know, but it was silly idea. So I'm like, more power to this guy, man. I want to get paid to do absolutely nothing too. This is amazing. But, and like some of these other lives, one guy, his lives are every night he does push-ups. Every night he does like 1,400 push-ups. And, you know, he takes like little stops in between, but he doesn't break. He does them like, you know, where he just, you know, stops for a second while in like a front-leaning rest. And he answers people's questions. And people send him money. People send this guy money to do push-ups. That's amazing. If you could get money sent to you just for doing push-ups, he's a fit guy. He must work out all the time. And he gets paid to just do all these push-ups. So like I scan through all these live shows every night. They're trying to get ideas to see, you know, what people are doing and like how I can like develop a better channel. And I see some of these ideas and I'm like, this is so wild. Paid to do push-ups, paid Trump supporters pay this guy just to disagree with him. And he's probably like the biggest Trump supporter in the world. All he has to do is just argue the fact that he hates Trump. And people are sending $50, $20, $10 just to get the super chat on top, just to tell him that he's wrong. I'm like, what a great idea. And then you got, you know, some other girl. I couldn't even believe this. There was another girl last night on a live that she's just sat still. And she said, send me a super chat to get me to move. And people would send her money just for her to move. Like she'd be standing still like this. Someone would send her like $20 and then she'd drop her arms and then stay like this until someone else sent her money. And then someone would send her like a $10 and she'd like move her arm like this. I'm like, this lady is getting paid to keep her mouth shut and literally just not do anything. I'm like, it's just amazing. This is the world we live in. When I remember when I was growing up, like you had to work hard to make money. You had to work hard. You had to go to work. I was like 14 years old, landscaping, busting my ass for like 12, 15-hour days just to get, 100, $120 to go out with my friends on the weekend. And people straight up get paid to do dumb shit. It's amazing. Let's see. He has another channel called Millionaire Trust. If you're interested in watching it again, he will have to use it. That's so crazy, man. So crazy. So this guy has multiple channels where he just goes live on different channels, sleeping. Crazy, man. But what we got going on in the world with you guys? Like, I'm from New York. I know New York is getting a little shittier. We got this mayoral election coming up. People are really scared, worried about, this new mayor being a socialist and what it's going to do to New York City. Saying that New York City has the biggest budget and, trillions of dollars. And this guy is like a nobody, never ran anything. And he's the front runner. So people are scared. Like, are we going to bring socialism to New York City? Is that going to be like the pilot program for the rest of the world? Bringing socialism to New York City. That's scary because you got to remember, nothing's free in this world. So they could say at the end of the day, oh, free healthcare, free this, free that, right? But it's not really free because we're going to be paying for it. Our tax dollars pay for that kind of stuff. Because where are they going to get the money? Because that Trump is not going to federally fund a socialist city. No way. That's not happening. So where's that money going to come from? Property tax. Property tax goes up. Sale tax goes up. They got to pay for it somehow, right? Chad rides in Florida. Florida, man. Florida's the best, man. People want to hate on your governor, but let me tell you, he's doing good things. Like just trying to stop this whole mandated vaccine. That's great. Like I know a lot of people are having problems with these vaccines. Their kids are getting kicked out of school. Their kids are getting expelled. Some people don't want to make their kids get vaccinated. And, other states are giving them a very hard time. But Florida just is like leading the world and everything else. Florida's like, no, we're not going to force vaccinations on our kids. We're not going to do all this. So I got to give it up to DeSantis because DeSantis pisses off a lot of people too. So more power to DeSantis. Florida's like the only free place left in the world. Thank you, Bob. It's a Dyna lowrider. I just put new bars on it. I had to change out the whole front end. I'm trying to get it ready to go, ready to ride. I want to be on the road by tomorrow. I just got a couple of things that I got to torque down. I got to buy a new 1.5-inch socket to tighten down the stem. And then I'm pretty much ready to hit the road. Gonna double check a lot of things, make sure everything's torqued down to spec. And then it's ready to hit the road. But that's what I try to do. I try to I ride motorcycles. I'm into guns, so I go to the shooting range. I shoot guns off. I like to work on motors. I like to work on stuff. I like to tinker and build shit. That's what I like to do. And people don't understand how important hobbies are. Like, you got to have hobbies. And in life, hobbies is going to get you through a lot of things. If you're stressed out, you need an outlet to be able to get, your mind clear, not stress, and not have to worry about the bullshit of the world. Everyone needs outlets. I know, when I was going through my divorce, I always rode my motorcycles. I was always into guns. And when I started going through my divorce, it was a rough time. I was in a bad place and I kind of stopped doing all my my hobbies because I was so focused on other things. It was driving me crazy. And then I'm like, fuck this. I got to get back into it. I got to get back into all this stuff. I need to clear my mind. I need to have some kind of freedom. And you don't know how important your hobbies are. You got to get hobbies, guys. Do anything. You got to do the best that you could possibly do in this life. It's hard out there. Money's tight for everybody. I know that everybody's struggling. It doesn't matter where you're from right now. Money is tight. Gas is expensive. Rent is expensive. Groceries are expensive. You know, people have everyday struggles. People are stressing. Like, you got to have some kind of hobbies to keep yourself going and keep yourself active. And I know, but hobbies are expensive, especially like guns. Like, ammo is expensive. So, if you got the money to go out and bust off 1,000 rounds, good for you. But ammo's expensive. Motorcycles are expensive. Like, I got pretty expensive hobbies, but like, you need hobbies because you need those outlets to like free your mind. Life is too stressful to just sit there and worry about money and worry about, you know, your marriage and all that stuff. Like, you got to have hobbies. You got to have friends. You got to be able to, do things to make yourself happy. Your mental health is going to be the most important thing. Like, at the end of the day, your mental health is going to be the most important thing, because if you're not right, how are you going to, take care of others? How are you going to, love somebody else if you can't even take care of yourself? So that's so important. And like, I try to stand by my hobbies, even though they're very expensive, but like, I try to like do my best. I'll save up little by little, buy a new part or a new piece to like fix something little by little. But like, hobbies is so important, guys. So make sure, if you're just sitting around and scrolling all the time, like, get out there and get some hobbies. You know, what kind of guns do I like? I got a few ARs. I got a Dana Defense. I got a BCM. I have 300 Blackout. I have a Mark 12, a BCM Mark 12 also. And then I have, a few Glocks and a couple of SIGs. I'm a big SIG guy. Like, I like Glock, but like the grip angle on the Glock is kind of like not my favorite. So I lean more towards the SIG. I got the X5 Legion with a Trijicon RMR on it, a flared magwell, the gas pedal, and a Surefire X300 on it. That's like my go-to battle gun. Like, if it was going to war, I'd have my SIG X5 Legion on my hip, and I'd probably take like my BCM AR-15 if like the world was coming in. I remember like during COVID, people were losing their shit, right? People were fighting over toilet paper. Like, I don't know how it was in like other states, but in New York, like, the toilet paper shelves were empty. People cared about toilet paper. Like, and I was over here getting like water filtration devices. I was getting like MREs. Like, I was worried. I was more focused on like medical equipment, MREs, and water filtration, and like my guns ready to go, medical equipment. And people over here freaking out about toilet paper. Like, you ever heard of like hopping in the shower? If you run out of toilet paper, hop in the shower and clean your fucking ass, you weirdo, right? Like, people going crazy over toilet paper. But that just brings me back to my point about the world that we live in. People worry about the dumbest fucking things. The dumbest things. Like, why are you worried about toilet paper? How about get worried about paying your fucking rent? Because, people were out of work during COVID. Some people still had work. Some people still had their jobs come, they had an income coming in, but some people didn't. And instead of worrying about toilet paper, how about worry about like your next meal or making sure that the bills were paid? But that wasn't people's primary concern. People's primary concern was toilet paper. Like, come on, guys. We're better than that. We're smarter people than that. We're the human race. We're supposed to be the most intelligent. We worry about the dumbest things. Like I was reading something the other day, because I was like, how do these YouTubers and like these streamers get so popular? And I was watching the thing about Kai Cenat, right? Kai Cenat, he's like this big YouTuber streamer, Twitch and all that stuff, and all the kids love him, and all the kids, he's like #1 streamer in the world, makes millions of dollars, has all these celebrities on his show and stuff like that. So he got famous because he was living in the Bronx one day, and he just started streaming, and he started doing push-ups on his channel. And when he was doing a push-up, a rat ran in between like underneath his chest while he was doing a push-up. A rat ran under, it's New York City. A rat ran in, And everyone started screaming. He started screaming, going crazy, and that's how he got famous. It's crazy. Yeah, I am prepared for World War III, Bob. You know what? You gotta be, bro. This world's crazy, man. This world's a crazy place. People people don't care, man. People have no morals anymore, man. You know, kids are not raised the way that they used to. It's crazy. Like I posted something on my channel yesterday of like what was happening in New York City, and you have like 15, 16-year-old kids, you know, doing backflips off of police cars, you know, doing burnouts in their cars in the middle of the streets, right in front of the police, like, and the police is sitting there because their hands are tied because they're in liberal cities where they really can't do much. You know, their hands are tied. They're told to stand down. And I'm like looking at this video and I'm like, who's parenting these children? Like, we feared the police when I was younger. Like, we respected them, but we also knew not to do anything stupid in front of them, right? Like, you weren't just going to burn out on a car right in front of the cops because you knew that he was going to chase your ass, you were going to get tickets, or you were going to get arrested. But people are not afraid of that anymore. People don't care about that kind of stuff anymore. There's no fear of police. There's no fear of your parents. Kids are so disrespectful to their parents. So, like, no one even fears their parents anymore. Like, morals, like, our moral compass is way off in this world right now. And it's crazy to me. And I feel like I'm an old school guy. Like, I feel like I should have been my age in the 50s, right? Like, I'm a greaser. Like, I like to, you know, motorcycles, guns, work on motors, get my hands dirty. Like, my hands are filthy right now. Like, this is what I like to do. And that's not the world we live in. Kids are on tablets all day. They're on electronics all day. They're doing absolutely nothing all day. So it's crazy. It's crazy. This is what we deal with, man. And this is the world that we live in. So, like, I know what, you know, Chad, you said that you're from Florida. This crazy shit's happening in Florida. As far as I know, like, this stuff is not happening in Florida. People are not doing dumb shit in Florida because Florida doesn't play, right? Florida doesn't play. You got DeSantis, who's a former military guy, very hard stance on certain things. He doesn't believe that, like, children should be indoctrinated. He doesn't believe that, you know. And then you got the sheriffs that I see, like the Polk County sheriff. That guy is wild. He should have tells you, like, he tells the citizens of his county, if someone runs up on your house or starts blocking the road, like, run them over or shoot them. This is what the sheriff's saying. That's crazy. Like, you'll never hear that in New York. Never. You will never hear that in New York. They'll be like, if someone's blocking the road, just wait there nicely and beep your horn. That's New York. Because we have weak leaders. We have really weak leaders here. And leadership is key, no matter where you are. No matter where you are, like, you need to have a strong leader. And that's just how it is. And these cities, these major cities, are ran by weak people. Like, I see LA. LA is ran by a weak mayor. The state of California is ran by a weak governor. Like, it's so sad. And I don't want to get political because, like, politics could cause a lot of issues. But it's all these liberal cities. It's all the liberal cities, from what I see, that the moral compass of, like, the human race is just gone. You know, nobody even cares anymore. Everybody does dumb things. Everyone cares about stupid things. There's no, you know, like, I remember, like, growing up, like parents, like, all they cared about was going to work, working hard, supporting and providing for their family, right? Like, that's what a man did. Like, a father, a man, he went to work, he worked hard, he provided for his family, he made sure that you had everything that you needed. The rent was paid, the mortgage was paid, the car insurance was paid, there was food in the refrigerator, and the electric was working. Like, that's what a man did, right? A man provided for his family. A woman, you know, and I don't want to get into, like, the gender roles here, but a woman, like a mother, she was a nurturer, right? She, like, took care of her kids. She cooked, she cleaned. You know, some others actually went to work as well, and they helped, you know, with the providing of the household as well. But, like, and, like, you know, you invested for a better future. Like you cared about health benefits and like stock options because you wanted to be able to give your family the best life possible. And like growing up, that was like drilled into me. Like, when you get old enough, you're gonna be a man. You're gonna take care of your family. You're gonna provide. My father always said, you always make sure that the rent is paid and there's food in the refrigerator. After that, everything else comes second. And now people don't care about that kind of stuff. Like we live in a world where men are not men anymore, and that's the scary part. We live in a world where men think that like they're women. Men think that they can get pregnant. This is the world that we live in. It's so sad. It's so sad. And that's why I kind of respect Florida, because Florida like takes that illusion away from people. Like this is not the real world. Like it's so crazy. Like growing up in New York, when I was younger, like growing up in New York, you were told like Florida and down south were like, you know, a whole nother world. It was like the good old boys, redneck, stuff like that. We were like city folk up here, and you guys were like, we were like the city slickers, and people down south were, rednecks, and they had different beliefs, and like, you don't want to go move to Florida and do that kind of stuff. And now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, I want to go live in Florida. I want to do this kind of stuff because that's the only place left where the world is normal, Florida. But it's crazy, man. This is the world we live in. I watch this other guy. I see these lies, like I'm telling you. There's a guy that sleeps, and I guess he gets paid to sleep. And there's another guy. He's a homeless guy. I think in Florida, homeless guy. And he has a phone. I guess he steals the Wi-Fi from people. And he gets paid just to be on drugs. Like, you could clearly tell he's on, like, crystal meth or fucking heroin. And people send him money. People send this dude money all day on his live. And I'll look, and he'll have like 200 people watching, and people will send him like $10, $20. And like, people are supporting this guy's habit. People are supporting this guy. And I read the comments in the chat, and some of the comments will be like, stay strong, brother. We're going to support you. We're going to make sure that you're good. Like, they're sending him money to, so he can get high. Like, he's not doing good with, like, you would think that he would take this platform, he would get the money and all the stuff from the chats, and then people would be like, he'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go get an apartment. I'm going to save this money up. I'm going to do good for myself. No, he goes buy drugs and lives in the woods and does stupid shit. And we support this kind of behavior. That's the craziest part about it. We support that kind of behavior. It's out of control. Like, homeless guy on his channel getting paid to be on drugs, and people send him money. Another guy sleeps on his channel. People watch him sleep and pay him to sleep. Then, another girl gets paid to just freaking sit still. Send me a super chat if you want me to move. What? We're going to pay this woman because she's a pretty woman? And she's a pretty girl. She looks like Angelina Jolie a little bit, like a younger version of her. We're going to pay this woman to move her arm, to move her hand. Like, that's out of control. But this is the world we live in. We do dumb things. We think about dumb things. We're not the smartest of the human race anymore. Like, people are stupid. And here I am. I just want to talk shit, work on my motorcycle, smoke cigarettes, and fucking be happy. And that's all I care about. Because being on my motorcycle is like the best thing in the world. Just me in the road, my thoughts in my helmet, trying to, get some kind of freedom. Especially if I had a long day at work or a stressful time doing something. I got some stressful shit going on in my life. Sometimes I just want to ride my motorcycle, be on the road, and be free. I like to go to the gun range. I like to shoot guns down range. And sometimes that's like the most freeing thing. Anything that you got going on, you just get behind that line and just let rounds go down range. That can be so freeing. That's why I say to you guys, like, hobbies are so important. You know, if you're going through a hard time in your life, because like I said, everybody has stresses. Everybody's dealing with something stressful. It doesn't matter. It could be work. It could be divorce. It could be, you know, legal fees. It could be, you know, illnesses. Someone around you is always stressing about something. And, you know, I was watching something where like this guy was interviewing another guy and somebody walked right past the camera. And the interview is like we're not recording here, blah, blah, blah. And the guy he's interviewing is like, you know, other people are in their own world. And you got to understand that. Other people are dealing with their own stresses. Other people are dealing with their own shit. You got to remember that. You're not the only one that's dealing with stresses. You're not the only one that's dealing with your own shit. So sometimes people are in their own world and everyone's dealing with their own things. So you got to make sure that, you know, you be, you know, alert to that other people have struggles too. And that's why I say, guys, hobbies are so important. And don't let anybody ever shit on your hobbies. Listen, if your hobbies are flying kites or racing like those little electric cars or motorized cars, or your hobbies are, you know, painting or playing an instrument, like more power to you, bro. Keep doing it. Keep doing all your hobbies. Anything that's going to get you out of your head, get you out of your fucking bullshit, that's what's going to matter. Because at the end of the day, your mental health is the most important. And I'll reiterate that and I'll repeat that nonstop. Your mental health is the most important thing because that's all you got. You know, that's all you got. So my girl keeps calling me. She'll be pissed. I keep denying her. But all right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break. I'll talk to you guys soon.